We're building this economy from the bottom up and the middle out. And something incredible is happening. We're seeing a manufacturing revival like never before. The pride that comes from stamping products made in America. That, hold a minute, one of the things you should be aware of, there's a law I was unaware of when I was a senator, to be honest with you. It's called Made in America. As President of the United States, I get to allocate over $600 billion in spending.
But everybody, if there's a problem that needs to be fixed after you submit your tax return, the IRS will try to proceed without contacting you. That means it could be days or weeks before you knew or know there's a problem. If you owe back tax to the IRS, the agency may take some or all of your tax refund to pay off that debt. If your refund contains more money than you owe, you'll be receiving the remaining balance via direct deposit or check in the mail, but it could be delayed. This year, the IRS is encouraging taxpayers to file electronically and set up direct deposit to get the refunds back more quickly. And everybody, here's some more important information about the fourth stimulus check. If you're on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI, or via beneficiary, well, I have some new deposit dates. Lawmakers in Congress, including Chuck Schumer, are now calling for additional $200 monthly payments for all seniors in the country. And so this year's COLA adjustment for monthly Social Security checks is the largest COLA increase in almost 40 years, at 5.9% to account for record-breaking inflation, which now hovers around 7%. Late last year, the SSA released what effect the new COLA increase would have on monthly benefit checks. The average benefit for a recipient of Social Security, they state, will increase $93 per month, from around $1,565 to $1,658 beginning in January 2022. For married recipients and or those receiving spousal benefits, the average benefit will increase $47 per month, an increase from $794 to $841. And COLA increases are tied to inflation, and the higher the inflation goes, the higher the COLA increases get in order to compensate for rising prices. This is particularly important increase for seniors who are living on a fixed income and rely on Social Security benefits as their main source of income. Seniors are also particularly affected by the rising price of groceries. So everybody, I know how important it is to know when your check will be deposited this month. And according to Yahoo News, millions of seniors will get their Social Security payment worth an average of $1,657 in the coming days. Seniors who are born between the 11th and the 20th will get their next payment on March 16th. And retirees born between the 20th and the 31st of the month will get their next Social Security benefit on March 23rd. And I know many of you are anxiously waiting for Congress to increase monthly benefits even more. Well, Chuck Schumer, along with several other Democratic senators, have rolled out a plan that would increase Social Security benefits for Americans amid the crisis. Schumer, Warren, and Ron Wyden unveiled the plan, which would increase the monthly amount for those receiving Social Security, veterans, and SSI benefits by $200 a month. Now, the senators said the measure would help stabilize the economy and give seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities an additional $4,000 over the next 2 years. So Schumer has told reporters immediately increasing Social Security benefits will put money in the pockets of seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities, especially during these uncertain times. Senate Democrats are committed to quickly delivering relief to the millions of people bearing the weight of this public health crisis. And the measure would also protect Social Security recipients from losing access to other assistance programs.
On federal projects. Any federal project, President since 1939 has been able to say that entire project has to be made in America before I'm going to pay for it. Well, guess what? 55% of the product was made in America was thought to be made in America. I'm changing that. It has to be a minimum of 75%, and then, because where in the hell is it written saying we can't manufacture things in America again? I don't know where that's written. And so guess what? Intel came to me. They're going to, yes, by the way, yes, the chairman of the board came. They're going to invest $20 billion to build a factory in Ohio to manufacture computer chips. Semiconductors that will power the world in our everyday lives, smartphones, the internet, technology that doesn't even exist today. And they're prepared to increase that investment from $20 billion to $100 billion in the suburb of Cleveland. So now, create over 12,000 jobs. Some of them just building the facilities, but the rest, blue-collar workers making an average of $135,000 a year in these factories. And as soon as the Congress sends me the bipartisan innovation bill, a bill that will invest another $52 billion in computer chips. I might add, by the way, we invented the computer chip here in America. We advanced the computer chip here in America. Then we stopped making the computer chip here in America. And that's going to bring down prices of automobiles, appliances, and so much more. And that's not just Intel. So look at Ford. I had a long discussion with Ford and General Motors and the Detroit factories. Ford's committed $11 billion to build electric vehicles in America, the biggest investment they've ever made. GM has committed $7 billion to build electric vehicles. Just a few years ago, these companies might have built these factories elsewhere. Not now. They're building it right here in the United States of America again.
Now, everybody, good news, everybody, is that many Democrats in Congress are ready to send out stimulus checks, and they're ready to use budget reconciliation to pass President Biden's Build Back Better plan. This is what Democrats want to get done. The cost of the package has been withheld from its original $3.5 trillion price tag to just over $1.75 trillion over a decade. Despite the drop in cost, it is opposed by Republicans, so Democrats are trying to enact the plan through a process called reconciliation. This process would allow it to clear the Senate solely with Democratic support. Democratic leaders have spent weeks upon weeks speaking with their colleagues over the size and scope of the package. They're working to bridge the gaps between a pair of moderate Democratic senators like Manchin and Sinema. The budget reconciliation process allows Democrats to skirt Republican opposition and approve a bill with a simple majority vote, with Vice President Harris to break the tie. But the reconciliation process is definitely complicated, and Democrats are looking to pass the bill through budget reconciliation. Now, I know many of you are wondering how the budget reconciliation process works and how this process can be used to get our fourth stimulus checks out. Well, for a bill to become law, it needs, of course, to pass both chambers of Congress. But sometimes, though, the party in power can use special rules to pass a small number of budget bills. Budget reconciliation was meant to help Congress pass budget bills. Now, though, it's used to pass all sorts of things. Another big issue that Democratic lawmakers are taking is the paid family leave. As the crisis just continues to negatively impact the country, many people are forced to either take a pay cut or continue to go to work, even though there are safety concerns. Paid leave advocates are calling out the growing paid leave crisis, one that could be alleviated by the action from Congress in